Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Saira Mujtaba with the Midday News. The headlines. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu says teachers must make instructions individualized and learner-friendly to achieve quality education. President Ramnath Kovind holds bilateral discussions with President of Bulgaria, Rumen Radev, today. In Jammu and Kashmir, Army foil an infiltration bid and kills an intruder along the LOC in Rajouri district. Kerala government decides to cancel all festivities for a year and utilize the funds saved for relief work. In Japan, Typhoon Jebi leaves a trail of destruction across the western part, killing 10 people and injuring hundreds. And in US Open tennis, Rafael Nadal and Serena Williams enter semi-finals in their respective singles category. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu today gave away the national awards to 45 teachers in New Delhi on the occasion of Teachers' Day. The award is given as public recognition to meritorious teachers working in primary, middle and secondary schools. This year's awardees have been selected under revised guidelines to ensure transparent and fair selection. Speaking on the occasion, the Vice President said that teachers must make their instructions learner-friendly and must know each child well and respond to their learning needs.
I am aware of the number of the programs taken by the government, including Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Khelo India, Swachh Bharat, Swachh Vidyalaya, Sabko Shiksha, Achhi Shiksha. All these initiatives are steps in the right direction. However, like all social sector programs, quality education for all must become a societal vision and not merely a governmental program.
Mr. Naidu said children have different learning styles and teachers have to adopt different teaching methods to maximize learning. He said the teachers should make students learn through activities, and this is the basic principle which has been detailed by educationists like Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, Aurobindo and Mahatma Gandhi.
हमारे भारतीय संप्रदाय और विचारधारा में गुरुओं का बहुत महत्वपूर्ण स्थान है। अज्ञान के अंधकार को दूर करके ज्ञान की आभा को फैलाना केवल गुरु ही कर सकते। इसलिए गुरु को हम भगवान के प्रतिरूप मानते हैं। ऐसे महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाने वाले महानुभावों को सादर सत्कार करने के लिए आज हम सम्मिलित हुए हैं।
The Vice President called upon the teachers to transform the country's classrooms into centers of instructional excellence with quality education. He said it is because of teachers that the system of education is moving steadily towards greater heights of excellence. In his address, Human Resources Development Minister Prakash Javadekar said 45 teachers were selected for felicitation on the basis of good performance.
वो नवाचार किया है उनको अवसर देंगे। जैसे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने पद्म पुरस्कार में पहल की, वैसे ही हमने तय किया कि कुछ नया करेंगे, सोचेंगे। पहले ही अपील में 6,500 टीचर्स ने हमने अपने किए हुए अच्छे कामों को दिखाया, प्रदर्शित किया, ऑनलाइन सबमिट किया और उसमें से 45 लोगों को चुना है और इसलिए एक बहुत अच्छी पहल है।
President Ramnath Kovind held a restricted meeting with his Bulgarian counterpart, President Rumen Radev, today. Earlier, the president laid a wreath on the monument of the unknown soldier at Sofia. He was given a ceremonial welcome on his arrival at the St. Alexander Nevsky Square. Our correspondent covering the president's visit reports that delegation-level talks are underway before the formal signing of agreements and MOUs between India and Bulgaria.
President Ramnath Kovind has a hectic schedule for the day. He held restricted talks with his Bulgarian counterpart, Mr. Rumen Radev, in Sofia on issues of bilateral importance. 4 agreements and 1 program of cooperation is also likely to be signed between the two countries. President Kovind will be addressing students at the Sofia University in the evening. He will also visit an exhibition on Sanskrit at the Sofia University later in the evening. Rajesh Shah, EIR News, Sofia, Bulgaria.
President Kovind arrived in Sofia last evening after completing his 3-day visit to Cyprus. In Jammu and Kashmir, Army troops today foiled an infiltration bid along the line of control or LOC in Rajouri district and killed an intruder. A defense spokesperson told EIR Jammu that suspicious movement was observed in Keri sector along the line of control earlier today. The troops guarding the border line spotted the intruder and challenged him. The intruder opened fire on the troops, which was retaliated effectively. In the exchange of fire, the intruder was killed. The body of the slain intruder has been handed over to local police. The identity of the intruder, who is said to be a Pakistan national, is being ascertained. The Supreme Court today agreed to hear next week a PIL seeking stay on Rafale fighter jet deal between India and France. A bench comprising Chief Justice Deepak Mishra and Justices A.M. Khanwilkar and D.Y. Chandrachud considered the submissions of Advocate M.L. Sharma that his plea be listed for urgent hearing. In his plea, Sharma alleged discrepancies in the fighter jet deal with France and sought stay on it. In Tamil Nadu, CBI sleuths today conducted searches at the residences of the DGP T.K. Rajendran, a retired police officer, and the State Health Minister C. Vijaya Bhaskar in connection with the Gutka case. The raids were conducted at around 40 locations spread across the state. The Vigilance Department officials questioned the father of the minister in connection with the job racket recently. The Income Tax Department had conducted searches at the residences of the minister in connection with the Gutka case a few months ago. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. In Kerala, the state government has decided to cancel all festivities for 1 year in the wake of the flood that ravaged the state. The International Film Festival of Kerala, or IFFK, which is scheduled to be held in December every year, will also be cancelled. More from our correspondent.
Apart from IFFK, the state government has decided to cancel the annual School Arts Festival that is scheduled to be held in Alappuzha in December and the University Arts Festivals. All the festivals of the Tourism Department too have been cancelled this year. As per government, festivals organized using funds of the government will not be conducted, and instead the amount will be transferred to the Chief Minister's Flood Relief Fund. Though the State School Arts Fest will not be organized, grace mark will be given to the students according to District School Arts Festivals. The result of District School Arts Fest will be considered state-level result. Shamila, AIR News, Thiruvananthapuram.
An inter-ministerial central team deputed to assess the flood damage in Nagaland has reached Bhandari in Wokha district today. The central team, along with the state officials, will be inspecting major damages to the crop and assess the situation. The team is expected to proceed to Wokha town this afternoon and interact with district administration and district disaster management authority Wokha. Later in the evening, the central team would leave for Kohima to take stock of the major landslides in and around Kohima district, which is scheduled tomorrow. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is proving to be a boon for the poor of the country. In Kullu district of Himachal Pradesh, the target of constructing 152 houses for the year 2016-17 has been completed. Our Shimla correspondent has filed this ground report.
This ambitious scheme of Union Government is realizing the dream of permanent brick house of economically weaker section of the state. Daily wage labourer Prem Singh and Mangatram of Kullu district were having mud house earlier, but after getting monetary help under Prime Minister Housing Scheme, they have now built their own permanent brick house.
मेरा नाम प्रेम सिंह, मैं पेंटिंग का काम करता हूँ। प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना के अंतर्गत हमने मकान बनाने के लिए पैसा मिला। पहले कच्चा मकान था, अब हमने ये पक्का मकान बना दिया है।
मेरा नाम मंगतराम है जी, मैं रंग का काम करता हूँ, पेंटिंग का काम। पुराना मकान था और सरकार की तरफ से बहुत हेल्प मिली मुझे और मैंने 2 लेंटर वाला मकान बना दिया जी।
Under the Prime Minister's Housing Scheme in the state, a continuing process of construction of permanent houses for underprivileged is going on in a large scale. Emphasizing the importance of hygiene, the construction of toilets in this house has been made mandatory by the central government. Sanjeev Sundariyal, AIR News, Shimla.
In Tripura, the notification for 3-tier Panchayat by-election has been issued. The by-election will be held for 3,207 seats in 425 Gram Panchayats, 161 Panchayat Samiti seats and 18 Zilla Parishad seats on 30th of September. Counting will be held on 3rd of October. If re-poll is necessary, it will be held on 1st of October. The entire process of by-elections will be completed by 4th of October. Noted Gujarati author, journalist and poet Bhagwati Kumar Sharma passed away in Surat this morning. He was 84. Born in 1934 in Surat, Bhagwati Kumar Sharma had received Sahitya Academy Award for his Gujarati novel Ashurya Lok. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed grief on the demise of Bhagwati Kumar Sharma. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said that his passion towards academics, literature and learning were extremely noteworthy and his work will continue to be widely read and admired. U.S. Secretary of State Michael Pompeo is scheduled to reach India this evening to attend the 2+2 dialogue between India and the United States. U.S. Secretary of Defense James Mattis will arrive tomorrow. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj and Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will hold the dialogue with Mr. Pompeo and Mr. Mattis in New Delhi tomorrow. Mr. Pompeo and Mr. Mattis will also jointly call on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Issues like enhancing trade, ways to counter terrorism, and India's concerns over the Trump administration's decision to make changes in the H-1B visa program are expected to figure in the dialogue. Yesterday, sources said that U.S. sanctions on the import of Iranian crude oil and boosting cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region will also be the focus of the talks. In Japan, Typhoon Jebi has left a trail of destruction across the west of the country, hitting major cities like Kyoto and Osaka. According to the government spokesman Yoshihide Suga, death toll in the typhoon stood at 10 with 300 people injured. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, tweeting on his official account, said the government was working to get the Kansai International Airport back online, which got cut off due to the typhoon. He added that the government continues to make utmost efforts to respond to disaster damage and restore infrastructure. Typhoon Jebi is the worst storm to hit the country in 25 years. Flights, trains and ferries were cancelled, but thousands of passengers stranded at Osaka's International Airport have since been evacuated. Evacuation advisories have been issued for more than 1.2 million people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today interacted with the medal winners of the recently concluded 18th Asian Games. He congratulated them for their exemplary performance and for raising India's stature in the best-ever medal tally at the Asian Games. During the interaction, Mr. Modi expressed happiness on seeing young talent rising from small towns, rural areas and from poor backgrounds. The Prime Minister urged the sportspersons to strive harder. He added that the biggest challenge will start now and that the winners should never lose their goal of being in the Olympic Games podium. Speaking on the occasion, Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports, Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore, said that the Prime Minister's vision and the government's initiatives played a vital role in the improved medal tally and in inspiring young sportspersons. India garnered a record medal haul at the 18th Asian Games in Indonesia by bagging 69 medals. In Assam, the state government has announced a cash award of Rs 1.6 crores for athlete Hema Das for her impressive performances in the IAAF World Under-20 Athletics Championship and Asian Games in Jakarta, Indonesia. In tennis, defending champion Spain's Rafael Nadal has entered the semi-final of the men's singles of the US Open. He won the longest match of this year's tournament in a classic 5-set quarter-final against Dominic Thiem. Top seed Nadal edged a 10th fifth-set tie-break to win 0-6, 6-4, 7-5, 6-7, 7-6. Argentina's Juan Martín del Potro has reached semi-finals after beating American John Isner. In women's singles, six-time champion Serena Williams stormed into the semi-finals, beating Czech 8th seed Karolina Pliskova in straight sets. The benchmark domestic stocks today declined in afternoon trade amid negative global markets. Worldwide, all major share markets fell amid continued pressure on currencies of many emerging countries. Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange lost 283 points to trade below the 38,000 level at 37,875. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange was also down 91 points to trade at 11,430. At the foreign exchange market, the rupee in afternoon deals also tumbled 35 paise to a fresh low of 71 rupees and 93 paise against the US dollar. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu says teachers must make instructions individualized and learner-friendly to achieve quality education. President Ramnath Kovind holds bilateral discussions with President of Bulgaria, Rumen Radev, today. In Jammu and Kashmir, army foil an infiltration bid and kills an intruder along the line of control in Rajouri district. Kerala government decides to cancel all festivities for a year and utilize the funds saved for relief work. In Japan, Typhoon Jebi leaves a trail of destruction across the western part, killing 10 people and injuring hundreds. And in sports, in US Open tennis, Rafael Nadal and Serena Williams enter semi-finals in their respective singles category. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. And with that, we end the midday news.